Wild Willie here. Check out my new shirt. I wasn't gonna make a video today, but I got this shirt, so I'm gonna make a video. All right, a couple weeks ago, me and my friend Jonas Trips, he's from Canada. He's really cool. We did an interview, and we filmed it. So I'm gonna put that in the link in the description box so you can check it out. Get a little insight into Willie's world. All right, here we go. I was going to talk about something different, so look for that one in the future. But right now, I'm going to talk about radio waves, baby. Ooh. Now, I straight up believe, I'll tell you, I straight up believe this is the radio, this is the frequency, right? You got the visible light is right here, and then you got all this frequency range, vibrations, right? Really slow, really fast, right? I believe things live in X-rays, gamma rays. I believe things live in radio, infrared, UV. I believe things live in those. I sure do. Drinking some probiotics. All right, I got a radio in my brain. And I got all different types of channels. I don't know what's in your brain. You probably got a radio too. Some of us got AM, some of us got FM, some of us got XM. But I got a radio. And I got a lot of different channels. I tell you what, I got tons of different channels in my brain. I got a blame channel where I just blame everybody, or we just listen to blame all day long. Blame. I got a love channel. Woo! I got an inspirational channel. That's like broadcasting a signal out and receiving it, a message from somewhere else. I got that channel. I got all different types of channels. You know, sometimes we don't know that we're not the radio. Sometimes we don't know that. I didn't know that for a long time until I was like 27, I think. No. Until I was about 29. I didn't know that I wasn't the radio until I was 29. But it's good to turn your radio off every day for about an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. If you can do it, it's a good practice. Just turn the radio off. Turn the radio off and see what's left over. All right. Anyways, I'm here to tell you why everybody's wrong, but everybody's right. I'm tired of it. A little insight on who I am. Grew up raised as a Mormon. I'm related to some of the oldest Mormons in the history of Mormons. I chose not to be a Mormon, no. Did not go on a mission. I've been in the temple, but just did some basic beginner stuff. I went out and I chose the path of misery. And let me tell you what, and that was a good path. I learned about Buddhism. Love Buddhism. You can't know anything in this world except for what they teach you in Buddhism, because it's just basically it's just a radio channel, you know. I'm on the Christian station, you know. I'm on the Buddhist station. I'm on the World station. You know, those are just stations on the radio. Everything is a language, right? Where do we go when we die? I don't know. Is there a heaven? I don't know. Is there a hell? I really don't know. I know this life kind of sucks. This moment can kind of suck. Well, the life doesn't suck, but moments in the life suck. This is a moment right now. It doesn't suck. I got my sick shirt. But anyways, you know, it's just a language. Some languages are different. Some are the same. Romance languages have this terminology within them called cognates. A cognate is a word in one language that's kind of the same word in another language. A I can't think of any examples right now. But there's cognates in our languages here. We're going to look at 3 different languages. Okay? We're going to look at them. Christianity. Oh, yeah, okay, so I went out, I found Buddhism. Back to my history. I'm all over the place this one. But stick with me. Eventually I get going and we get some momentum in it, and it turns out really good. And then I found, I can never spell Buddhism. You know that, guys? It's pathetic. And then we're going to put Mormonism up here. Mormonism. All right. So I didn't want Mormonism. Found Buddhism. Now I'm exploring Christianity. I'm learning all these different languages. And you can learn a language, you know. You can learn how to parrot the sounds and repeat the sounds of a language, but you might not know the meaning. Or maybe you can't read the language or write the language, but you can speak the language. You see, I can tell you all the language embedded in any one of these philosophical concepts, these theological concepts here: Christianity, Buddhism, Mormonism, right? Mormonism is different, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? But if you don't know what they mean, if you don't go out and experience them and do the things they tell you to do, there's a language of Christianity. They say there is a heaven. They say there is a hell. They say there is a God. They say there is a guy named Jesus Christ, and he came here, and he saved everybody. And they got this book. It's called the Bible. You can read about all that stuff in there. If you don't read about all that stuff, but you know some of the words, like I can count to 10 in Spanish, right? Uno, dos, tres, right? But if you don't read the book, if you don't do what they tell you to do, you don't know what the words mean. You might know some of the words, yo quiero Taco Bell, right? But you don't know what that means. See? So, same with Buddhism. You know, some of the cognates. All right, and then, Mormonism. Okay, let's look at cognates in Mormonism and Christianity here. All right, so devil, that's a cognate. All right, God, that's a cognate. All right, okay, but the Mormons, they're kind of concerned with some different stuff here. They're talking to their ancestors. They're baptizing ancestors. They're making them find Jesus, and although Jesus is a cognate here, Christianity in the Bible it says talking to dead people is that's an abomination. Communing with the dead is an abomination. That's not a cognate between these two. There is no God in Buddhism, so that's not a cognate. Okay. So, suffering, let's look at suffering as a cognate here. So, devil, hell, sin, suffering. All right, that's a unanimous cognate. All right, you see, there's similarities within these languages, right? The problem starts when we say we are all right and everybody else is all wrong. So I'm here to tell you, you're all wrong. We are all right. Because at the end of the day, I don't know. I can learn the meaning. I can learn the words. I can learn the meaning between these languages here. And what I can do from doing this is create a new language, a new understanding, where we see they're all connected and they are all right. And the thing we're going to use to connect them together is called, we'll put it on the side here. Actually, we'll put it over here because this is the other part of our graph. It's called energy, my friends. It's called energy. That's right. Energy connects them all together. I'm going to tell you why. Going back to this. I believe there's beings that live in the non-visible realms, whether it be the frequency range or dimensions, okay? I don't know. I don't even understand the whole dimensional thing. I live in the 3rd dimension, they tell me. I can't comprehend a 4th dimension it's physically. Mentally, I made a video talking about how it works in your mind, But in the physical world with tetrahedrons and all that crazy stuff, I can't understand that, man. I'm 3rd dimension, bro. So I believe they do. I believe they do, and we're going to look at cognates here. All right, had to grab a resource. All right, cognates here, guys. Bear with me. Remember, virginity rocks. All right, okay. Let's think about this. Demons. All right, yep. Christianity, they believe in demons. That's a big thing. I don't know if the Mormons believe in demons. I don't know if they necessarily do. They read the Bible, but they got the Book of Mormon. But I don't know if they do. That might not be a cognate for us. But Buddhism does believe in demons, and I'm going to tell you why. In theoretical Buddhism, the Buddha taught that the universe is composed of innumerable world systems, and each world system in turn is composed of 31 planes of existence. Whoa. Innumerable world systems composed of 31 planes of existence. All right, subdivided in 3 categories. Okay, the lowest category, I got 3 spheres here. These are not correlated, but these are like 3 spheres within one of these spheres. The lowest sphere are 6 deva planes, attained through the practice of sila and of generosity. The human plane, attained through the practice of sila and of generosity, and the 4 lower planes. Animals, ghosts, demons, hell. Those are the 6 deva planes. So you got, that's just the lowest. The middle one is 16 fine material planes of Brahmas, attained through absorption states. 4 arupa planes of Brahmas, these planes where mind but no matter exists, are attained through the highest absorption states, jhana. All right, we got a lot of stuff going on here. That's pertaining to this moment, right now. They told you, attained through sila, generosity, morality, okay? Attained through jhana, okay? Absorption states. All right, but think about it. Let's step outside of what we know and just go into the conceptual here. Deva. What is a deva? Now, in Buddhism, deva were non-visible beings. What? Whoa! Remember, the visible light spectrum is this range, and this is all outside on the energy field, the energy spectrum, okay? Let's think about this. So, ow, I just paper cut myself. Gosh, dang it. Buddhists, not non-visible beings. Christianity, demons, non-visible beings. All right, they got a cognate there. Okay, Mormons, all right. I can't tell you about it. They'll kick me out. I don't know if Mormons believe in demons, but they do believe in non-visible beings. Let's think about this. In the Book of Mormon, 2 beings of light came. They visited Joseph Smith, and they showed him where there were some secret tablets buried in the earth. 2 light beings? 2 light beings? That's non-visible beings, guys. Beings of light. They lowered their frequency. They lowered their frequency enough to the point where they could be seen by a human. And they showed them some secret place. That's non-visible beings. We got a cognate here. All of 3 of these people believe in non-visible beings. In the temple, they do stuff with people that are not in this plane. All right. This is where it gets interesting, guys. This is where it gets interesting here. But they might not be concerned with demons. All right? So, what I'm about to tell you is my own thoughts, my own experiences, my own meaning from doing my own research, my own personal stuff. I don't know if any of these people would endorse what I'm saying. And that's cool. But it's going to help us see that everybody is all right and nobody is wrong. Okay? So, we got Deva, which are non-visible beings. The Buddha preached to the Deva. He does. And they do talk about, I put a video link to a Buddhist guy talking about loving demons and being compassionate towards them. So he acknowledged demons and he acknowledged Deva. Demons are going to be below us here, and the Deva are going to be up here. Now, it doesn't matter. This order doesn't matter. All right? This order doesn't matter. I'm getting to it, okay? Now, the Buddha teaching to the Deva, now that's a very interesting point. What that tells us is the Buddha taught the Deva about the 4 Noble Truths of Buddhism, the Eightfold Noble Path, anatta, anicca, and dukkha, which is no self, impermanence, and suffering. That's what he taught. So, in order to become a Deva, that's not necessarily based on your works in developing Dhamma, which is Buddha. which is Buddhahood. So that's curious. So you can become a deva without being a Buddha. So that's curious to me. That is curious to me. That is curious to me. All right, stay down here. The demons, they live in darkness. They do not live in the visible light field. They do not live in the visible light field. They live at a lower frequency than people. Because it went deva, people, demons, ghosts, animals, demons, ghosts, and hell. Okay? So they don't have bodies. So they don't have bodies. They want to come into the light. They want to ascend. Right? They want to ascend. So they try to infiltrate bodies. I mean, they do. Or they hang around bodies or whatever. Christianity believes this. I don't know if Mormonism believes this. Buddhism kind of believes this. So, what is the job of the Christian person? The job of the Christian person is to take up the Holy Spirit of God and compassionately send the demons back to where they belong. You know, accept the reality as it is for you, Mr. Demon, sir. You do not have a body in this life. Correct your karma, and maybe in the next life you'll ascend and get a body. But trying to get into a body and wreaking havoc, that's not gonna help you, and it's not gonna help anybody else. You see, so the Christians, they are helping establish an order because they're helping the demons learn to be where they belong, to create peace on earth. The Buddhas can dispel demons too. That's why the Buddhas are in the middle. They can dispel demons too. I don't know if the Mormons are necessarily concerned with demons. Now, the Mormons are concerned with devahood. Devahood. I don't know what they do in their temples. They're doing something to become devahood. They're trying to commune with the devas. See, the Buddha preached to the deva too. See, so the Buddha can preach to the deva. But probably, however you live is probably how you die. If you live good, probably die good. If you live kind of bad, probably die bad. I don't know. They want to become devas. They want to become devas. I mean, so I was doing some research about God's name, because I've been talking with Jehovah's Witnesses, right? They call God Jehovah. Jehovah. I guess his name, Yahweh, Jehovah, Yeshua. It's kind of, it's Hebrew, YHWH. Well, I guess they took out letters because the Jewish people said that we weren't fit to say his name. So there's some debate over his name. In Mormonism, his name is Elohim. Elohim means gods, plural. Jehovah, Yeshua, Jesus, it's all kind of one word, one God, right? So that's a big difference here. Well, what is it pointing to? It's pointing to an understanding of the multiple planes. Now, the Christian understanding is centered and focused around one God, Jesus, hell, demons. It's focused on demons. It's not concerned with ascending planes. It's focused on sending the demons back to where they belong so they can accept the reality and reconcile their karma. Right? Buddhists can do the same, you know, because they deal in facts. We're dealing in faith up here. Now, I know that if you deal in faith, I know what that does for me, okay? I know when you deal in facts, I know what that does for me, right? If you deal in faith, you're not wrong. If you deal in facts, you're not wrong, right? See, we're all working together here for the betterment of our spiritual world here. This is, you know, you see what I'm saying? So the Mormons, you know, they want to ascend to devas. There's nothing wrong with that. Ascend to devas. Make everybody else be devas. I love it. Let's all be etheric light beings, hardly visible, and create worlds and things. That sounds really cool. The Buddha said immeasurable worlds. So they're working to bring people into the light from above. They're bringing people into the light from above. They're bringing people into the light from above with their actions. All right? Buddhists are accepting reality. I don't want to be born again. I'd prefer to die, and so I like that. Maybe I'll become a deva. I don't know. We'll see. But you know what? Maybe I'm called to help the people who are afflicted, send the demons back to where they belong so they can ascend into the light by accepting the reality as it is for them. Maybe I can choose to live a higher path and in the next life work on ascending to become a deva. But just because I become a deva doesn't mean that I've earned the merits and the knowledge of the Dhamma, the Buddha nature, the Buddha land, you know? So we're all working together here, and it's really good if we can all try to see that so we can stop saying, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong. Because we're not. We're not wrong. We are all right. I'm telling you, you're all wrong. We are all right. All right. Let's see. Did I cover everything? Woo! I don't know. Hope so. Till next time. Willie's World.